Hi, I'm Tom. I run ACD Sleeve, and if this is the first video you're watching in the do-it-yourself packaging series, then go back and watch the first 3 parts on tools and equipment, on software and artwork creation, and on cardboard and print. And there's other tips and advice and pointers in those previous videos. Once the sheets are printed, however you're getting them printed, then it's time to make them up. So these are a couple of sheets left over from last time I did this. You can see on this one, the template lines are in red, so you can see them through the print. And this one, there's no bleed, and the print just runs into the glue flap there. So first thing you want to do is ideally put a fresh blade in your scalpel. So these are incredibly sharp, so just be careful switching them out. I've changed hundreds of these, so I know how much pressure you need to pull the blade out. I did quite often, when I was doing this, use a pair of pliers to pull it out, and over the years I just got used to doing it with my hands. So these are surgical grade, so just be careful, but obviously whichever knife you have will be different, but it's still going to be sharp. So if you've had them printed on a sheet with multiple copies, you want to just separate them. And then get to work cutting. So this is the most basic option there is, as you only need to cut in this first stage. So you just follow the template lines as closely as you can. It has been a while since I've done this myself, but you know what they say, hand cutting music packaging is a lot like riding a bike. So try for the waist to contain the template lines. Don't worry about if it takes a while, just take your time. Speed comes with practice. Just following them round. If you overshoot any of the cuts, it's not massively evident when they're made up. So you've got that section done. Then you want to flip the case over using whatever tool you're using to crease. You want to find these 2 points here and crease on the reverse of the board. Follow the top edge and the bottom edge to get the glue flap creases. Then flip it over, crease these, and then glue it up however you're gluing it. I'm using the 3M ATG tape gun with 12mm tape, which I used to use on these. So just make sure if any glue overspills that it's tidied up, and then run that along. There you have your first CD slipcase. So ordinarily I would run through all the cuts, flip it over, do all the creases, do all the folds, then do all the gluing. It speeds up the process a little bit, so that's what I'll do now. So when I got the printed sheets back, I would split them before doing this and then have them in a pile ready to do all the steps. If you miss a line, you can carefully cut it back. Just don't think you're not going to make a few mistakes, so I'd always overprint by a few copies, and then those copies, if I still had them, that's what I used for samples. So on a run of 100, I'd always get 110, maybe 105 if I was feeling I wouldn't make many mistakes. So if you ever got samples from me, that's where they'd come from. Just makes sense to allow for any issues. So it does bring back memories of doing this for hours and hours. Well, this short batch are done. Then want to crease them. I do find that the orientation of having it this way to crease is easier, because then you can align the ruler up to that point and see the points you need to crease along. Then I'd fold them. As you're making these by hand, sometimes there is a little bit of wiggle room in getting this straight down the bottom, so you might not get it perfect every time, but because it's in card, it has a bit of room to maneuver. And they're all folded, and you glue them up. One. There's two. There's not two. There's two. And there's the third. So this video, along with the previous videos, are roughly the steps you need to make your own 2-panel CD packaging. You can take these steps and templates and adapt them however you want to make your next release however you want it to be. I've started a CD sleeve again after 8 years away not making music packaging. The reason I want to share these videos is because I always love to see people's creativity and what they can do. A lot of people were asking on this channel about questions on templates, on print, on card, on cutter guides, on nets. So I know there's people who this might be of use to, so I just thought if I show how I used to make everything first time round, then spreading knowledge is never a bad thing. I'm able to do much more advanced work this time, removing a lot of this manual work from production, which is brilliant. I made a lot of pieces of packaging by hand this way, thousands and thousands. So if I'm able to work with you guys down the line on future releases, then I don't see how this is a bad thing to share this knowledge on releases that you want to release yourself. And when you get to the point that it's a bit too much work, then you know where I am. Subscribe if you haven't, share it to people who you think might be interested. Let me know if I've missed anything out or anything doesn't quite make sense, and I'll post a follow-up video. But broadly speaking, these videos as a series should get you to the point where you can produce your packaging yourself, be able to adapt some of these designs, and get you a nice physical product at the end of it. Nice one, thank you.